I still haven't fucking read Boruto at all. Hell no, I haven't watched nothing. The sad truth about playing sports. How many of y'all niggas play sports at school? Fun fact about me. So I don't know if this counts, but like when I was in school, I tried out for like you playing Ghost of Tsushima. Yo, I never got a chance to play Ghost of Tsushima. When that shit came out, I never got a chance to play that shit. You play basketball? Look, when I was a little boy, like in school, I tried out for the basketball team. I remember our first day we got called down to the gym, and it was like practice day. Cause you know how they like practice to see like who the best players and who, you know how that shit go, right? Trials, you know, basketball trials, right? I was playing this stuff, woo. After the trials were done, you know, mom picked me up. Fuck, I fought with that game. So I heard. So mom picked me up and shit, woo, all right, cool, went home, right? And the next day, you know, went to school again. I'm like, man, so when it's trials again, you know, I'm waiting. Nobody's calling me or nothing. I'm like, okay, so like, you know, like, when it's trials again, like, we gonna get a date or something? So days went by, days turned into weeks, weeks turned into months. And then my school had their first game, and then I was like, wait, what the fuck? So, wait, what? I'm like, when did y'all have y'all first game? Why the fuck I was not like invited? Came to find out, I guess, supposedly, like, they don't do that type of shit. You pretty much supposed to keep going your own. Like, they don't tell you, oh, we have trials this day, we have trials this day, which was fucking stupid. So I didn't fucking know we were supposed to keep on fucking going, like, down to the fucking gym without nobody fucking telling you. Cause I had a fucking basketball career, man. That shit pisses me off. Every fucking day I think about that shit. So yeah, that was my little whole sports thing with school. And that's not even the end of that shit. I tried out for sports again. It was at my other school on my block, Shao Barton, on Fulton Gray. If you from Killerwood, if you know, you know. Shao Barton, on Fulton Gray. Chill. No, fuck that. Because I got something else to say. So I tried out for football at Barton. At my other school, it was trials. Boom, we doing that shit. We throwing the ball with trials and shit. Got done. I walked my ass home back to school having a good day. And the same fucking thing happened. Again, twice. Not once, but twice. It happened twice. Twice, chat. And yeah, that's I'm sorry. That's my whole experience with sports in school. I never really got a chance to play. I tried out, but never played ever in my life. Fuck school, man. Fuck school. I'm sorry, chat. I don't usually get that angry, but I'm just having these memories I'm just thinking about when it comes to like school and
This video is about sports. You know, for the people out there that don't look at the thumbnail or read the title of the video, but
girl,
I'm not gonna lie,
I'm good now. Just like I said, I have trauma and just a lot of shit. Oh God, twice. It happened twice. Twice it happened to me. I really want to try out like for basketball. And not just basketball, football. It happened twice. I was so happy and passionate about it.
Out here for like 30 minutes trying to come up with a way to start this video. I'm a mid-YouTuber, I know, but on the real tip, I feel like everyone grows up playing some sort of sport, even if it's not necessarily competitively. You know, unless...
Only thing I got to fucking hoop at was like in the fucking, you know, on the block and shit. Like with other niggas in the alley and shit. That's it. And just play football like, you know, in the front of your eye, throwing the ball. Shit. That's it. Fuck school. Ghetto ass school I went to. Yeah. And I'm finna tell you why. The only reason why that shit happened because I went to some ghetto ass fucking schools, chat. My schools, even though I love Gresham, Shao Barton, I fuck with them schools because I got a lot of good memories there. But at the same time, I got some ass memories there. Phone them. You feel me? Shao Gresham though. Y'all raised the beast. Till they turned the school around. I don't know nobody in Gresham no more. You feel me? Fulton Gray. There was so many shootings at that school.
We'll go with enough people to where making a video like this is valid, but not nearly enough to account for the vast majority. Me personally, I grew up with 3 attributes that pretty much ensured that I was gonna get tossed headfirst into the sports world. The first thing is actually represented in this chart that I got from National Negro Graphic. And of course you got the fact that my dad is a New York Knicks fan, which, if you know anything about Knicks fans, all they got is, first of all, each other, and hope. And that same hope has to get instilled into their offspring in the hopes that they'll make it to the NBA. Needless to say, I did not make it to the NBA, seeing as I'm making YouTube videos. But yeah, there's that as well. And then the other thing is I grew up taller than most of my peers. So you can...
That's crazy though, but it's like, I guess I can't be that mad about like far as like the sports thing when it comes to my school, because it's like, I didn't want to be in the NBA or NFL. It's just some shit I just wanted to do. I was bored as hell. So I never did shit in school. I was an introverted ass nigga. I ain't do shit. I just laid back. I ain't talk to nobody really. I was just like to myself. So I was like, you know what? Let me just do some shit. And it didn't work out. Nobody told me we had to go to trials every fucking day. Nobody told me. Nobody.
Already hear my father's Caribbean friends every time they saw me.
But you know what though? Sorry, pause video chat. I don't give a fuck. Because wanna know why? Half the niggas that went to my fucking school, half them niggas dropped out, half them niggas do drugs now, half them niggas got kids shit now, half them niggas in jail now, again, free baby Drake, free the rest of my niggas out, and half them niggas is, yeah, I don't say, yeah, I don't say too much, but yeah, you feel me, so I don't give a fuck,
put him in a basketball.
I win at the end of the day, none of them niggas turn out to be hoopers,
and pick up the bombo-clad basketball. So if I'm being honest, when I was born, before I even saw my mother's face, I saw a fucking basketball.
Damn.
And it's not that I was forced to play basketball or anything.
Me neither. I just
wanted
to do it.
Heavily encouraged to play basketball. Like I remember watching games with my dad, and he used to tell me, you know what, son? One day you're gonna be a basketball doctor. And I was sitting there, I was like, you know what, Dad? I will be a basketball doctor. That sounds amazing. I get to dunk on people and then check on their injuries, and I make millions of dollars. The sky's the limit. Until I got older and I realized the sky was the amount of bullshit and years of school that I have to go through if I wanted to do any of those things. But with all the chatter in my life going on around basketball, it only makes sense that one day I had to be able to play it, right? And I did. At about 9 or 10 years old, I went to my first basketball practice. And it was cool. I had a lot of fun. Was it something I wanted to do for the rest of
me? Me too. I had fun in my little trial, my little basketball practice. Shit was cool. It was fun as hell. But nobody told me we had to keep on going. I don't know why nobody told me that. Why didn't nobody tell me that? Why didn't nobody tell me we had to go to trials every day? The school didn't tell me. No teachers told me. Nobody. So, ooh, see, I gotta stop. Ooh, I gotta stop. I'm gonna get angry again because. Ooh.
To my life? I don't know. After all, Dr. Eggman and that Ender Dragon were not gonna beat themselves. But it was fun enough to where I decided that I wanted to stick with it. After all, practice was only 1 to 2 times a week. What could possibly go wrong? And nothing really did, you know, other than the fact that I wanted to watch Dragon Ball Z sometimes and I couldn't because I was at practice, and some distasteful asswipe in my house decided that their love and hip-hop was more important than me trying to figure out how the hell Goku was going to get off of Planet Namek, so I couldn't even record it. But fast forward to the summer going into 6th grade, and man, that had to be one of the most shaping summers of my life, because my father signed me up for basketball camp. That means from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., every single day, I was going to be playing nothing but basketball. Dribbling, passing, running up and down the court, suicides, walking up and down the stairs with a weight vest on for 9 hours a day, 5 days a week. And it was at this basketball camp that I realized something about myself. Something that would later make itself obvious to me on many occasions. But because of something that I had instilled in my head from the time that I was young, I refused to believe it. I really like basketball. I love watching it. I love the merchandise for it. I love the video games. I love the history. And yeah, I even like playing it. But not every single day. And by default at this point, I should have known, like, yeah, the NBA isn't for me. And with my mediocre ability...
You know what's crazy? I taught myself how to hoop. I did not know how to hoop. I used to be ass as hell. Ask anybody for. I used to be ass as hell, like super ass. But like, so like what I started doing, I used to like set up chairs and shit in like my backyard and just random shit. And like, so like pretty much like I act like the chairs were like defenders and shit. Like, oh shit, like they was guarding me. And I used to just do drills all in my backyard and shit. I used to watch a bunch of videos. Like I used to do the 2 dribble ball method that Curry be doing. I used to do all that. Yeah. I don't do it no more, but I taught myself how to play bad. I taught myself how to hoop. I used to be ass as hell. I thought I was good till I found out I was ass, and I was like, yeah, I need to taught myself. I got
ability to play the game
than what I was.
I'm probably not for the NBA either. However, I powered through that summer, did what I had to do, and I made it to middle school. My first middle school is irrelevant to the situation because at that point, coming off of that summer, I wasn't really focused on basketball. I met a bunch of like-minded people that were into the same things outside of basketball like that I was into as well, and so I didn't really care for it anymore. But as much as I liked my friends in my first middle school, I had to leave because that school was dog shit. Got into a few situations that led to me having to leave that middle school, and I went to another one. Now, this one was completely different. Rules were stricter, I had to get to school earlier and leave later. But the most important thing here is I had no fucking friends. Gone are the days where you were cool if you brought your DS to school. Gone are the days where you could be considered cool no matter what you were into. Welcome to the days of social status based on what you do, the type of clothes you wear, the type of sneakers you wear. And more importantly for the sake of this video, whether you were good or not at basketball. Like, I don't think you guys understand how much of a juxtaposition this was from my old schools. Like, yeah, people used to play basketball, but like, no one really cared that much. Like, of course the athletes were always favored, but that was only like situationally. Like, when I'm picking a team for dodgeball in gym class, obviously I'm gonna want the athletic dudes on my team. But in this school, it seems like the only people that were popular were people that played basketball and were good at it. And more importantly, on the team. So it was only right that I had to make the team now. And I just came from playing basketball for 3 months straight. So
no, it's funny. Listen, I'm sorry, Paul's chat, but it's just like, cause like he just saying all that, and it reminds me, just like when I used to go to school, the only thing like niggas was popular for was obviously, you know, sports and whatever, girls and shit, you know, the classic. But it's like coming from where I come from, like I said, yeah, it was cool, sports, girls, but then it was also like, if you was like in a gang or like you just knew niggas, like, yeah. Oh God, Chicago is just.
I have none of that tryout, make the team. Then I don't know why finally be accepted by everyone at my new middle school. If only that is how the story went. The tryouts came and I was hot, steamy shit, missing layups, airballing shots.
She just spazzed on y'all today. What happened? Damn, I remember my teacher used to spaz on our asses, man. Them days. You be having random days where y'all teacher spaz on y'all.
Running up and down the court like a chicken with no head that has no idea what the hell he's supposed to be doing. And to add insult to injury, there was a point where one of the dudes at the tryout actually airballed a layup. And I'm not gonna lie to you, it was pretty goddamn bad. Couldn't help myself but laugh. But as we know, it couldn't just be that simple. One of the dudes on the team looks at me and he says,
"Bro, don't even laugh, boy. You probably would have done the same thing."
Even after putting on one of the worst basketball displays in recorded history at that school, that was probably the most embarrassing thing about that trial. Because that nigga Loki wasn't even lying. Once again, I had a negative experience trying to play sports, and it was worse this time because this time I actually wanted it. In retrospect, yes, I wanted it for the wrong reasons, but I still wanted it, and I failed. And I failed in one of the most miserable ways possible. And what's worse, I wish I could tell you guys that I made the basketball team at any point during middle school, but I got cut every single year. What makes this worse, one of the years I was actually informed by someone on the team that the last spot on the team came down to me and some other dude that we're just gonna call Gregory. The only reason Gregory got it over me, according to this person, was because he was a little bit taller than me. I was so angry at this point. I challenged him to a 1v1 in front of the entire park, and I'm not gonna lie, I killed his ass, and it felt pretty fucking good. But I still didn't get what I wanted at the end of the day, and it's no coincidence that I didn't make the team any year.
I can name about like 3 or 4 teachers that literally quit it. I remember we had this fucking computer lab teacher, Mr. Salamuddin. That was his name, Mr. Salamuddin. I'd never forget that nigga. I remember them used to like bully this nigga. Like everybody in the like school used to bully this nigga. People used to like pull his like turban off and shit. Like it was crazy. Disrespect this nigga. Slap the back of his neck, boy. Niggas did not give a fuck in my school, and that he fucking quit it. His ass left that fucking school. He quit it. He couldn't take that shit no more. People used to bully his ass, boy.
Because as I told you guys earlier, my main motivation for wanting to make the team in the first place was because of status. But as middle school went on, I eventually got my own friends anyway. I didn't have to make the basketball team anymore to be accepted by my peers. So while I still do enjoy playing basketball, it became more like a 3 a.m. motivation thing. If you guys don't know what I mean by 3 a.m. motivation, it essentially means that your drive to do something comes in episodes. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's inauthentic, but it definitely is conditional. Like when you see a motivational video at 3 a.m. You've all been there, sat in bed looking up at the ceiling like, damn, I'm really not doing shit with my life. Only problem is it's 3 a.m. So even if you wanted to do something, 9 times out of 10, ain't nothing going on at 3 a.m. And you have nothing to apply it to. And once that 3 a.m. motivation fades, it's just back to reality. My reality was that I kinda sorta enjoyed playing basketball sometimes, and my initial motivation for wanting to make the basketball team became null and void. I essentially wanted to play basketball on my own terms, but didn't really want to admit it to myself.
Only thing, boy, you doing at 3 a.m. is if you up at 3 a.m., boy, you talking to a bitch, you got a bitch coming over, you finna go over a bitch house, a party, or you finna beat your date. I'm sorry. That's just like the 5 things you doing up at 3 a.m. And most likely you beating your date, let's be honest. Cause you ain't talking to no hoes, let's be honest, you feel me? Shit, I ain't got no hoes.
So, and realistically, doing something that you love on your own terms isn't how you're gonna get better at it.
Oh, god damn it. That just made me sad. Hey, I'll tell y'all little niggas this though. I used to have hoes. Again, I'm not gonna say too much, but things happen in life, people, where you just realize like, damn, you really fucked yourself up. Like you realize you make certain decisions in your life and you be like, damn, I really fucked myself up. Like I really fucked my life up. Like used to happen. It was fun. Oh, bitches here now. Oh, wilding and shit like that, Yeah. Chicago hoes get devious. I'll just say that. Chicago hoes freaky.
And it sure as hell isn't the mentality you should have if it's something that you want to do professionally. But even through failing to make the basketball team after 3 years, believe it or not, my dumbass still had a part of me that believed I'm gonna make it to the NBA. And it's gonna sound crazy, but a lot of that is attested to the fact that I thought I'd have some random growth spurt, and I thought that growth spurt would make me miraculously good at basketball. I don't know, I was some dumbass kid. And honestly, me being at the point where I was waiting for a blessing to take something that I wanted to do professionally seriously, I should have known right there to reevaluate my dreams. But them stories about NBA players that didn't start playing basketball until 15 years old, they got me, I'm not gonna lie, I'll slap the back of my neck for that one. But now comes high school. Still playing basketball occasionally, but the summer going into 9th grade, I was on a summer basketball team, which, just for context, it was actually a time where I had to choose between showing up to an elimination basketball game or make it to a music performance that I was a part of. You guys want to guess what I chose? I'll give you time.
Before TikTok and all that shit was out, so I
chose the music performance, of course. Granted, there is a little bit of context to it. I was the best drummer in that band, and on the basketball team, I was like the 11th dude off the bench. So to them, losing me was like losing that fucking piece of loose string that hangs off of your shirt. But that's besides the point. I tell y'all that just to give you guys some insight in terms of my priorities. Anyway, this team is important because this is the reason that I got onto my high school basketball team. The coach of my high school basketball team and the coach of my summer league team were acquainted somehow. So when he saw my name on the roster and realized, oh, this kid's going to my school, he picked me up for a few practices. So by the grace of God, somehow I was able to tiptoe my way through the window and onto the team.
Tell him to bring me my money. Yeah!
And even when I was on the team, I wasn't completely on the team. I was more like the dude that was just around but didn't really have a jersey. But got to practice with them though. I did actually get to play like 1 or 2 games, but I wasn't doing shit. So I now got what I fought for so many years. But even then, I was the equivalent to when you unplug the controller and give that shit to your brother to make him feel like he's playing. And honestly,
I used to do that shit all the time. Hey, shout out Kobe. That's my little brother. I used to do that shit all the time. My mama used to get that. Hey, let your little brother play the game and shit. Ooh, out the bam. Fake give your brother control. Fake like that shit on and shit. I'm telling y'all niggas. Until he started catching on, I had to really start playing with him. So,
due to my skill level at the time, I'm still to this day grateful for that opportunity. I was very fortunate to have gotten it, but it was at this point that I got smacked in the face with reality. My arc concluded, and everything about everything that I thought that I was going to be doing since I was 8 years old was put on hold because of this very realization that I had. And that realization is...
Okay, I know this is about to be a random ass question. Don't think too much of it. This has nothing to do with the video, by the way. I'm a weird ass nigga. Y'all about to find that out right. Y'all about to find that out and right about now. Okay? This has nothing to do with the video. This is random, out the blue question. Tag time coming out 3 more days. You know we on that shit. Okay. Have y'all niggas. Okay, this is random. Okay? Nothing to do with the video. Have y'all niggas ever had like a bitch like grab your dick extra hard? Like super hard? Just me? Like handful of that shit. I'm trying to see something. And that shit low-key, and that shit like low-key, hack-key hurt. And it's like, you gotta play that shit off. Bitches be horny as fuck, be doing something, but you gotta play that shit off. Not yet? Oh, well, hopefully you don't, because that shit's not fun. It's not fun. It's not. Like, it's not fun. Like, at all. This light-skinned bitch, she was...
I am not going to the goddamn NBA.
Oh,
realistically, there were people that got a fair tryout that deserved my spot more than me. They were better than me. There were people in high school that didn't even care about playing basketball professionally that would leave me on zero in a 1v1, which is fine. But in the grand scheme of things, do I give a shit to get better? Not really. Do I want to stay after school for 4 extra hours and toss some balls around?
Don't let nobody tell you there's something wrong with that at all. Don't let nobody tell you. Please, don't. Because trust me, I was sure. I hate bitches, that's all I'm gonna say.
With a bunch of individuals that I don't even really like that much, nor are they that fond of me. And this don't go for everyone on the team, by the way. If you watching this video and you know, you know. But at the start of high school, I made so many good friends that I wanted to get to know on a grander scale, but I couldn't because I had to stay after school to do something every day that I didn't even care about that much. All of the things that I was actually passionate about were left on the back burner. And you know what I had to show for it? I finally got what my 6th grade self wanted, and my current self was not happy. So, I did what I had to do. I left the team. If I left the team, what I really mean is I just kind of stopped going for a month with low-key the intentions to go back, but I got kicked from the group chat. Either way, what's done is done. And honestly, this was one of the best decisions that I ever made in my entire life. It's the first time I was realistic with myself in a long time, and I'm really glad that I was. High school started to look up. I went on to make and maintain great friendships that I still hold near and dear to my heart to this day. And I know it sounds crazy, because essentially what I'm telling you guys is I gave up. And even though, yes, realistically, I did give up. For the first time in my life, I didn't have shackles around my ankles. I didn't have to live up to a false expectation that someone had of me. I didn't have to deal with my motivations constantly flip-flopping. And above all, I didn't have to lie to myself anymore. About 2 years ago, I had a talk with one of my cousins who I used to play basketball with heavily, and he was still in high school at the time. And he said something that at the time I agreed with, but looking back now, I don't necessarily agree with it. Either way, it's still very significant. He said, Sparky.
Yo, speaking of cousin, fuck my cousin, by the way. I fuck with you, but it's fuck you. Nigga stole my charger. Damn. Being the son, the daughter of a celebrity, yeah, that is. But again, hey, fuck my cousin. I still fuck with you, but fuck you. Stole my fucking charger. Get back? I can't get back now. I don't know what the fuck that nigga be posting up at. I ain't trying to fuck with that nigga down. That nigga probably fucking stand over my ass. He probably a face my shit. I ain't trying to. That nigga, he big GD, but I don't. Yeah, fuck that nigga though. Bitch ass nigga.
I'm not gonna lie. We wasted a lot of our time and a lot of our lives playing basketball.
I could have been
doing something else.
And honestly, at the time with him, I agreed. But you know why I disagree now? For one, I don't regret playing basketball at all. I know I'm only dialing in on the negatives, but there were a lot of positives that came from me playing basketball throughout my life. But overall, the reason I don't regret it is because it's a part of my arc. Everything played out exactly the way it was supposed to, in my opinion. Because although I've been playing basketball for a long time technically, I feel like 9th grade was the perfect time for me to come to that realization that I don't really care for this shit like that. Because of this, I went on to have a high school experience that I'm pretty proud of. And things just could have been so much worse. Imagine if I started playing basketball in middle school and only came to the realization that I didn't want to do it anymore my senior year of high school. I would have built my whole high school experience around something that I just realized that I didn't want to do. And then college would have been next year. That would have been scary. And I know because I've literally seen it. The same people that ridiculed me for giving up essentially did the same thing that I did, but did it at a time where all of their eggs were in one basket. No pun intended. And it really is a sad thing to see. The passion in people's eyes starts to fade, dreams get crushed, and honestly, it don't even be their fault. This happens to people who really got a love for sports, man, and that shit is unfortunate. So I really am grateful for the journey that I had with sports. However, do not be me, guys. You pick up that ball or those cleats or that iron, ask yourself why it is that you do it. And even then, understand that how you feel about something is generally reflected by your attitude towards it. When you wake up and you just want to do something every day, regardless of your good days or your bad days, regardless of people's opinion, I feel like that's when you know that passion is real. And that's not to say that you won't have good and bad days, but it's whether or not you let those good and bad days cloud your vision. Because though physical, sports at the end of the day is mostly mentality. The other thing I'd like to say, and a lot of people probably aren't going to want to hear this, but sometimes it's okay to realistically evaluate yourself. And this isn't even always physical, because I feel like a lot of times you can compensate for that, especially through your hard work. But it can be something as simple as where you live. You can be the next coming of Kobe Bryant, but you go to Elmore Junior High School. Ain't nobody gonna know that you nice. There are no scouts in West Bumblefuck. So unless you want to get scouted by Chandler Jones.
Like white girls? We got the baddest white girls in the cold country.
Trust me, none of you guys want that. There should definitely be a conversation about relocating to make your dreams come true. The next thing, I know it sounds cliche, but it's only cliche because it's so real. Work on...
Oh my god, yo, I just thought about that. Oh my god. Chat. Yo. Dick Ryan play. That's true. My school was like that too, Jay. I know exactly what the fuck you talking about. You always got them coaches that be dick around certain students and players and shit, and teachers be doing that shit too. I know exactly what the fuck you talking about. But yo, he talking about white girls. Yo, chat. It was this white girl, like this white bitch. She invited me to a dance with her, and like I didn't go, like, cause my brother. He called me, he tell me, hey boy, like, shorty ass, you know, she likes you that shit, she like you. I'm what? Cause like this girl, like, I didn't know she liked me for, like, I thought she was what she think. Some, I wouldn't say thick, but it was some. She like your shit. But the thing is though about this white girl, like, I never knew this bitch liked me for, like, I've looked at her like she was my homie, like she was cool as hell, boy, but like. Now that I'm looking back at it, she really did like a nigga. I wouldn't know his shit she would do. Yo, I'm so bogus. You want chocolate? I don't blame you. Stick with chocolate. By the way, yeah. Hey, I don't discriminate, bro. I like snow bunnies. I dealt with them all. I don't give a fuck. But look, I feel so bad because she really wanted to go to that dance and I didn't go. I was like, I'm cool. Yo, my brother called me and shit, but yo,
your game. I don't even think I gotta go into detail. You want something? You gotta put in the hours. Like, why are you even watching this video right now? No. Finish the video, of course. But after that, I need 10 makes, or 10 kicks, or throws, or wrinkles out of a shirt. I'm sorry, I found out that ironing was an actual sport during the making of this video. I still think that shit is crazy, so yeah. Next thing, do not compare your journey to
shit. I just found out shit slapping ass is a fucking sport too. I seen like a clip of bitches slapping each other asses as a sport. I'm not kidding. You probably found that shit on YouTube.
Others. My story will not be yours, and your story will not be like anyone else's. It's very easy to get caught up in someone's story and feel like you're not as far as you should be. But understand that it is only over when you say it's over. If the outcome exists in your head, chances are it is 100% possible. But understand, there are people that probably started playing your sport last month and are already leaps and bounds ahead of you. But there are also people that have been playing for 15 plus years that you could definitely give a run for their money. Either way, if you love it and you want to do it, take it seriously. And last thing, understand that there are other avenues related to what you want to do that don't involve you being directly involved. A lot of your favorite media personality, from commentators to sports analysts, wanted to be players themselves. But for whatever reason, it didn't happen, so now they just talk about it. And you know what? That's still amazing. If you love a sport, but maybe don't have the physicality for it, look for other factors of that sport that you can possibly contribute to. The specifics of that, however, I can't really give you. I'm not too much of a sports guy. And also, really, even if I was, extreme ironing exists as well as wife carrying.
I'm hungry as hell.
Yeah, I don't even think Google could help you with those. Can't be that hard to get a job at the cleaners or kidnap somebody's wife.
Oh, the fuck? It's Ray at the AMP house. Yeah, I seen Ray on this fucking IG, folks. God dead face ass nigga. Damn, hey, going 8 like nigga, hey, move out the way. Shout my nigga Sparky Thoughts, boy. Folks follow me on Twitter. Shout my boy Sparky Thoughts on some shit, man. WV like always, my nigga. I fuck with you. 4-0.